What's good, guys? Welcome back to Ron's Rides News. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video where the 2021 Kia Sorento has been revealed, and it has hybrid power, it has better safety, and it's a little bit more stylish. Now, the 2021 Kia Sorento is the latest in the South Korean brand's crossover renaissance, coming on the heels of the concept Seltos and a bit adrift of the hugely popular Telluride. But the latest Sorento, the fourth generation of the nameplate, is a far bigger leap forward in its segment than the two well-received models that came before it. Now, where the Telluride and Seltos resonate with customers without fundamentally changing the game, the Sorento arrives in a hotly contested segment with a number of innovative features and compelling pieces of tech. Now, the hybrid model, for example, is turbocharged, and if you want to plug in a Sorento with 30 miles of all-electric range and standard all-wheel drive, it will arrive late next year. Now, in the cabin, the standard 3-row layout introduces captain chairs for the first time. While fans of the outdoors will appreciate the new rugged XL line trim, then, of course, you have the Sorento that is smarter and safer than ever before. Now, the 2021 Sorento has harder lines of the Telluride in favor of a mix of the design featured on the Seltos and the new K5 sedan. Now, the traditional tiger nose grille is on hand, flanked by angular headlights reminiscent of the Seltos, and then the strong LED running light isn't as aggressive as the K5, but it rounds out a clean, stylish fascia for Kia's middle child crossover. Now, the profile has a number of flashy touches, from the subtle side grille to the wave-like motif on the C-pillar, available in gloss black or polished silver finishes depending on the trim. A strong character line at the bottom of the doors complements the back cladding below it, and it gives the Sorento a slightly rugged look. Now, the greenhouse, though, is a contrast, boasting a sleek roofline and a skinny D-pillar. But then look at the rear, where the Sorento builds up the taillight design Kia introduced on the Telluride, and there's depth to those twin vertical lamps with the outer portion integrated into the rear fenders while the inner lights are part of the tailgate. That element features strong styling from the creasing at the bottom just above the prominent Sorento badging to the sharp lines around the license plate housing. Now, the bumper, meanwhile, takes an Audi-like approach to its styling, with the silver elements meant to mimic exhaust housing. And thankfully, the Sorento took inspiration from the K5 for its interior design. The sedan features one of the nicest interiors in its class, after all, so prominent silver brightwork on the climate vents can extend to include elements of the dash or the doors, although a pleasant matte wood inspired by the Telluride, no doubt, and also available for customers seeking a more luxurious finish. And like the K5, the available 10.3-inch touchscreen sits in a neat housing that merges in with the instrument cluster. Below that are a pair of vertical climate vents and a higher center console. Now, depending on the trim, there's a quilted leather upholstery on the seat outers and nicely padded leather door inserts. The front perches appear plush, but it may be the second row that represents the best seat in the house. While the 7-passenger layout comes standard, Kia is offering captain's chairs in the second row for the first time ever. Now, this isn't an unusual option among bigger crossovers like the Telluride, but the Sorento is kind of an in-between, splitting the difference between compact crossovers and full-sizers, while its third row is distinct among similar-sized vehicles. The captain's chair makes it all the more interesting as a rival to the Ford Edge or Nissan Murano. Sorento also offers comprehensive tech. Now, the touchscreen infotainment system, like the K5, is available in an 8-inch or 10.3-inch size, with the latter offering haptic feedback buttons on both sides of the screen. The larger display offers a split-screen functionality too. When using the Apple CarPlay, drivers still have access to the native infotainment on the right side of the screen. Now, completing the largest display is an available 10.3-inch digital instrument cluster, also likely plucked from the higher-end K5 trims. Now, it's a first for Kia's crossover line, and the K5 is any indication that will make for a clean, attractive way to relay vehicle information. There are a total of 8, that is right, 8 USB ports in all but the base Sorento. The LX gets 6. I'm not too sure whether they're older USB-A or newer USB-C outlets. On the audio front, though, Kia is promising an available 12-speaker Bose audio system. And finally, Kia's UVO telematics suite gets some notable improvements as well. Connected routing uses cloud computing to provide drivers with the fastest possible route. taking into account that the predicted traffic info and the driver's preference. Now, Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa integration is also on hand, so drivers can simply ask their vehicle virtual assistants to start their Sorento each morning. Uvo can also warn drivers via a smartphone app when their engine is idling, or even automatically shut the car down after a predetermined amount of time. And if there's any movement inside the vehicle, owners will get a notification to check the back seat. Now, Kia is pushing ahead with 4 available powertrains for the 2021 Sorento, but 2 of them are somewhat familiar. The base models will feature a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter 4-cylinder that offers 191 horsepower and 180 pound-feet of torque. Now, it works alongside an 8-speed automatic transmission, and the upmarket move is a turbocharged version, and that's a 2.5, which comes with an 8-speed dual clutch transmission and packs 281 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. Now, the front-wheel drive is standard with these power plants, while an all-wheel drive is optional, but Kia is promising great fuel economy gains with both of these engines, suggesting the base model will return 27 miles per gallon combined and a 2 mile per gallon improvement over the 2020 model. The turbocharged offering, meanwhile, should offer 25 miles per gallon, which represents an extra 3 miles per gallon over the old V6 powered Sorento. If the fuel economy is really important, then you want to take a peek at the electrified Sorentos. The standard hybrid model will be available at launch and pairs a turbocharged 1.6-liter 4-cylinder with a 44 kilowatt electric motor and a 1.5 kilowatt hour lithium-ion battery to generate 227 total horsepower, or 169 kilowatts. Now, a 6-speed automatic sends the power to the front wheels only though, and an estimated 39 city, 35 highway, and 37 combined isn't really super impressive, but those figures aren't far off of the Toyota Highlander hybrid, which is also available in all-wheel drive. The more compelling option is the new plug-in turbo hybrid. You'll get the same 1.6-liter turbo and 6-speed auto, but the electric motor's strength increases to 66.9 kilowatts, while the lithium-ion battery capacity increases to 13.8 kilowatts, and that's an all-wheel drive, and that's the only way to go on this model. But Kia is projecting a total of 261 horsepower, or 195 kilowatts, and up to 30 miles of all-electric range. Now, when it comes to safety, the 2021 Sorento promises huge improvements in active safety, Kia touting a total of 16 different systems to keep its newer crossover unbent and shiny side up. Standard equipment includes typical gear like forward collision warning with pedestrian detection and auto emergency braking, a driver attention warning system, and lane tracing. Perhaps the most innovative is the new intelligent speed limit assist, which can adjust the speed of the adaptive cruise control via forward-facing camera or GPS navigation info. Digging into the options yields smarter and more advanced equipment. What I do know is that customers can upgrade the forward collision warning system to detect cyclists and to function at intersections while turning left. The blind spot monitoring system can not only detect other vehicles, but can apply the brakes to prevent the Sorento from changing lanes to the other motorists. Now, the navigation-based version of the adaptive cruise control can show the Sorento ahead of bends, while highway driving assist uses federal highway speed limit data to adjust the setting of the ACC. Kia is promising to have all but the Sorento Turbo plug-in in dealerships in late 2020, but the automaker hasn't announced pricing of any of its 5 trims: the LX, the S, the EX, the SX, or the SX Prestige. But to give you a guesstimation, the 2020 Sorento starts at $26,990 for the base L, which Kia is discontinuing. The LX variant rings up at $28,090, while the S, EX, and SX demand $33,000, $35,000, and $40,000 respectively. So those figures will provide some insight for most of the Sorento lineup, but the SX Prestige complicates matters because it could easily crush $40,000 and could possibly reach $45,000 before options. But with all of that said, what are you guys thinking about the 2021 Kia Sorento? Are you impressed? New looks, new technology, new safety, This thing is going crazy. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video today or learned something, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. If you give the video a thumbs up, it gets it up in the rankings. More people can see it, and we can have a bigger discussion on the new 2021 Kia Sorento. Now, with that said, in case you guys want to further help support the channel, you can always check the links down below, where I have a one-time link donation for my PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. In case you guys want to throw a couple dollars at the channel, you can also check out the Patreon subscription, be a monthly subscriber, or check out the Ron's Rides merch, where you guys can get t-shirts, coffee mugs, hoodies, everything Ron's Rides. Make sure you check that out. I also have my Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, everything Ron's Rides there, car memes, car pictures, videos that you don't always see here on the channel. And with that said, make sure you guys subscribe. We're going for our first 1,000 subscribers, so help us out with that, and we'll do a big giveaway for you guys. Make sure you do that and click that notification bell so you can get these videos straight to your inbox. With that said, you guys be blessed, have a great day, and we will talk to you guys in the next Ron's Rides News video. Peace.